Good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 11th. This is a regular meeting of the Kings County Board of Supervisors. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs.
Here.
Richard Valley.
Here.
Doug Verboon.
Here.
Rusty Robinson.
Here.
Richard Fagundes.
Here. All five members are present. We're ready to conduct business today. If you'd all please rise for invocation from Pastor Horace Whitley. I get it right? Morning, Horace. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. Let us pray. God in heaven, we begin by giving you thanks for your blessings of the past and your blessings for the remainder of the year 2024. We thank you for your word and eternal truths that guide us day by day. May your presence be with us as the Kings County Board of Supervisors conducts its business. We pray for our Kings County community and all its officials who serve us. We pray for those who in our community who have and those who have not. Enable our leaders to resolve the issues where we live, work, and play. Remind them of their responsibility to serve the common good of all. Give them the patience to listen receptively and be guided by righteousness, wisdom, and justice. Empower us with your spirit to respond in unity as a community from your point of view, not only in our hearts and minds, but in our words and in our actions. In the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Pastor Horace Whitley is from Mount Olive Baptist Church. Hey, please follow me in the flag salute. Ready? Salute. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, at this time, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Lisa Lewis or Kyria.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the board approved the formation of the Employee Recognition Committee in 1990. Every quarter, employees are nominated based on their outstanding performance in various departments. The nominations are reviewed and voted upon by the employee committee. And the committee requests that the board recognize and award the employee of the quarter with the presentation of certificate and a check amount of $300 that will come from the general fund. At this time, I'll hand it over to Behavioral Health, who will give actually a brief overview of the employee being nominated. Christy?
Thank you. Good morning, Chairman, Board of Supervisors. Christy Lepke, Kings County Behavioral Health. First off, I'd like to thank County Administration, HR, and the Board of Supervisors for offering this valuable opportunity to recognize great work and efforts of county employees. Kings County Behavioral Health was proud to nominate 3 departmental employees this last quarter: Ryan Campbell, Hilda Garcia, and Amanda Verage, and was honored. Ryan Campbell was selected and is here today as the county's employee of the quarter. Grant Zweifel, Ryan's clinical program manager, who nominated him, is here to say a few words about Ryan.
Ryan Campbell came to us a little over a year ago, and about 2 months into his work as a business application specialist, he was tasked with having to take on a conversion of our legacy EHR system, our electronic health record system, to a new statewide electronic health record system that we were going to be adopting. This was a really big task and undertaking. And it required him to be in meetings for 20 to 30 hours a week where he was getting training and learning how to do this conversion process for our county, which left him very few hours afterwards to actually do the conversion process, as well as learn the new software that he would be supporting everybody, all of our hundreds of end users, and using the system moving forward. So Ryan volunteered to do overtime in order to help us be successful with this. And, you know, Ryan's just the kindest person in the world, and he has always been super helpful, you know, in doing all that work. You would think that if someone came to him and needed help, that he would be like, I've got too much to do, I've got really important stuff to do. I can't help you with getting logged back into your computer, you know, but that's not who Ryan is. And no matter how small the ask was or how large the ask is, Ryan is the kind of person who really, really enjoys helping people. And so we're really fortunate that we have him. I am confident that if it wasn't for Ryan's efforts and his diligence and his professionalism, that we would not have been as successful with our conversion process as we were. So I'm really glad today that we're able to recognize them. I can't think of anybody who deserved this recognition more than Ryan, and congratulations, Ryan. And it's his birthday too, so. Oh, wow. Okay, thank you.
Hey, Ryan, come on down.
Oh.
One of a kind,
Guaranteed to be a family heirloom.
gang. Not sure, does he qualify for the gang?
I think, do we have a next one?
We have a gang hat. I don't know if
Is
it,
there one next?
Joe is in charge of our gang affair.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Especially when you get home. Somebody asked me about that hat, you say, I got it for volunteering my overtime.
All right.
No speech, Ryan? Send me a text.
Well, congratulations, Ryan. That's pretty cool. First one this year, so 3 more to go. Well, you hear that? Anybody that's up for volunteer of the year, you got to volunteer your overtime for the next award. Okay, unscheduled appearances. Any person may directly address the board at this time on any item on the agenda or any other item of interest to the board that is within the subject jurisdiction of the board. 2 minutes are allowed. And do we have any in writing or comment cards?
We received no written comments. I have Jack Schwartz. The audience would like to speak.
Hey, Jack. You got a slideshow this morning for your car show? You got a slideshow to present for your car show?
I don't, but there's plenty of slideshows on Facebook.
Good deal.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Board of Supervisors. I am here for the purpose of thanking the Kings County Sheriff's Department and certain explorers for helping with our car show last Saturday. Nate Ferrier, Andrew Mazza, and Seth Vieira were the 3 deputies that volunteered their time. Zach Robinson, Kevin Garcia, Delia Ortiz, I'm sure I misspelled or mispronounced her first name, and Phelan Jones were the explorers who helped us. Now, our car show, which is our 3rd annual car show, was huge this year. We had 208 people registered. 190 cars got parked. Cars came from 27 cities and 7 counties, which was an increase. Of those, 103 cars came from Kings County. We pretty much maxed out our space, our current space. We're gonna have to increase it next year. We had 25 vendors in the park and we had 9 food vendors. And unfortunately, I won't have the geofence numbers until tomorrow, but I did want to come up and publicly recognize the deputies and the explorers for their help. It takes about 3 dozen people on site volunteering their time to make a successful car show the way we run it, and we could not do it without them. Thank you.
No, very, very good. Thank you. And thank you,
Sure.
Nate, for having explorers help out. Appreciate that.
Sheriff Dave Robinson.
Morning, Sheriff.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Dave Robinson, Kings County Sheriff. Thanks, Jack, for those comments. A few months ago, you'll recall, we had a young person come and say, there's just not a lot for people to do in Kings County if you're a young person. And that's just the furthest from the truth. There's a lot to do, but you got to get involved in stuff. And our Explorer program, I think, is running about 35 strong right now, and kids that are involved and get involved in our community and participate. And so I know that's not for every kid out there, but there's a lot of programs out there.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say they get involved in the car show part of it, but I don't know if you've looked. The car show guys are all a bunch of old dudes, older than me.
Well, respect for the elders, right?
Yeah, well, we need to get younger kids involved.
And so it's just another great example of a community event that our office got involved in, and I really greatly appreciate my staff who run that program. And that leads me to why I'm standing before you today. This week kicks off the King's Fair, and I'm super happy to announce that we're going to be the lead agency. We've always participated in the King's Fair. Our explorers have participated. I personally participated throughout my career. And, but this year the fair asked us to be the lead agency. And so we're going to be the lead agency at the fair this year. And we've invited all the other agencies to come participate with us. It's a great opportunity for people to come out and get to see the showcasing that goes on in our community. And it's a great opportunity for, and kids under 12 are free. Like there's just so much there that people can come see, even if you don't have a lot of money to spend on the rides themselves, just to come take a look is pretty cool. So I wanted to inform your board that over the next few weeks, we will be bringing back an actual formal agreement with the King's Fairgrounds. It's already gone through County Council and Risk, but we weren't going to get it in time before the fair this week. So I just wanted to put it on your radar that we're going to be the lead agency going forward as well. And I'm very excited and happy. The goal is to include all the agencies. If you're not familiar, the King's Fair at different times has been on the brink of not being here anymore because of budget reasons. And so it's a little piece of the puzzle that we can do to help them reduce some of their costs and also increase some training opportunities for us throughout the year where they're going to open up their fairgrounds for us to do preparedness training and SWAT training and other types of training, canine training. And so we're going to work on a partnership with them to help reduce their costs for their overhead at the fair, but also increase our opportunities to get staff better trained. So I just wanted to put that on your radar this morning and invite everybody to come out to the fair this week. Thank you.
No, thank you, Sheriff. I appreciate that. I know I talked to the fair manager, Dina Rosario, and she said you're a pleasure to work with, and she appreciates what you've done. There's a lot of good things happening to our fairgrounds in the future. We just need to participate in activities that are out there. So the fair is a big deal. Take your kids out there, take your family out there, make it a good event, and thank the sheriff for having a presence out there. You gonna do a mounted police out there at all, or just on the ground?
We're gonna be on the ground. We'll have private security as well. And then we'll have our Explorer programs out there doing the parking lots. We're gonna have our mounted unit along with a couple other mounted
Good
units
deal.
helping with the parking lot safety. And so, yeah, you'll see us in and around the fair everywhere.
Fair kicks off on Thursday evening, I believe, right? And then it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So very good. Used to be, Wednesday to Sunday or Tuesday to Sunday, but get out there and at least spend 5 minutes walking through it. Thank you. Do we have anybody else?
We have not received any written comments, and it doesn't appear there's anybody online with their hands raised.
Anybody in the audience have anything else they'd like to say?
Bobby, you want to talk about your event on Friday?
Yes, I was hesitant to get up. Good morning. My name is Bobby Wurtson, and I am with Kings County Commission on Aging. First of all, I would like to thank the Board of Supervisors for all of your support that you've shown us over the years. The seniors want to thank you. You make things a lot easier for us. So we really appreciate it. Mr. Bagunas, thank you for dishing the field, for parking on Friday, and for the ones that participate in all the events that we have. Thank you very much. Thank you to Sheriff Robinson office because they always go get our eggs for the event. So we have a lot of agency that participate in this event. And I just want to welcome everybody to come out on Friday from 9 a.m. to noon. It is a really good event. I've asked Officer Farah to do a presentation and to get someone from the district attorney because the seniors are really being scammed with the solars. We've seen them come in with bills as high as $80,000 for signing contracts. And there's no way they're ever going to be able to pay that. So I just want to invite you to come out. I'll expect to see you, Supervisor Robertson, because it's your district. So and don't hide from me like Doug does. He will not take my call, and he let me know he hides from me. So thank you. Hope to see you on Friday.
I go as a citizen. I am an elder. You need to respect your elders. I find out what time food is served, and I show up like that time. I get Supervisor Robinson to serve me. I do. Don't hate the game. All right. Anybody else? Got called out on that one, didn't I? See, I didn't know about it till just now. So, yeah.
Expect to see you
Yeah. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. There you go. I'll get it. All right, anybody else?
That is it.
Okay, seeing none, we'll move on now to the next item, which is approval of the minutes. Report out of closed session from regular meeting, June 4th, 2024.
There's nothing to report.
Okay, item B, approval of the minutes from regular meeting, June 4th, 2024. Moved by Supervisor Robinson, second by Supervisor Neves. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Richard Valley,
I read them, even though I was gone, so aye. Yes.
yes, sorry. Deborah Boone,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson.
Yes.
Richard Fagundes.
Yes.
Okay, 4.5. We have approved the minutes as presented. We'll go on now to consent calendar, and all items listed on the consent calendar can be enacted by one motion, unless a board member would like to see an item pulled.
So moved.
Moved by Supervisor Fagundes,
Second.
second by Supervisor Valley. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs.
Yes.
Richard Valley.
Aye.
Deborah Boone,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson.
Yes.
Richard Fagundes.
Yes.
Okay, 5 in favor. Thank you very much. Move on now to Behavioral Health Department. And who we have here today? Consider approving a Mental Health and Service Act fiscal year 2024-25 annual update. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Supervisors. My name is Brenda Tamayo-Pagan, Program Manager with Kings County Behavioral Health. I'm before your board this morning to request approval of the Kings County Mental Health Services Act annual update for fiscal year 2024-2025, beginning July 1st, 2024. The Kings County Mental Health Services Act annual update includes the prevention and early intervention and innovation evaluations. The full plan was submitted with the board agenda item and can also be found on the Kings County Behavioral Health webpage under public notices. The Mental Health Services Act was approved by voters in November of 2004 through the passage of Prop 63, which was enacted in January of 2005. It placed a 1.76% tax on personal incomes over $1 million. That's the millionaire's tax. This act transformed the traditional mental health service delivery model from a medical and clinic-based model to one that can be more responsive and field-based for those who need a higher level of engagement and services. It is the reason that counties now have full-service partnership and assertive community treatment team programs. It's also provided counties the ability to implement supports and activities beyond mental health treatment, which includes housing supports, wellness centers, and community and school-based prevention programs, community outreach, training, and et cetera. The 2024-2025 MHSA Plan Annual Update outlines the use of programs during fiscal year 22-23, activities and collaborations that support and promote the ability of Kings County Behavioral Health to effectively and efficiently fulfill the intent of the MHSA, which is to expand and transform California's behavioral health system to better serve individuals with and at risk of serious mental health issues and their families. It also includes data that was collected and outcomes from MHSA programs for fiscal year 2022-2023. So it's a 3-year plan. This update contains data that supports outcomes for 22-23. We're currently in year 23-24 and moving into 24-25. In fiscal year 22-23, through MHSA, we served approximately 6,933 Kings County residents. These services included, but were not limited to, 2,383 children, youth, school staff, parent caregivers participating in school-based mental illness prevention activities. 859 residents receiving telephonic support from a 24/7 warm line, 238 children, youth, adults, and older adults receiving intensive mental health treatment and support through full service partnership and assertive community treatment teams. 106 individuals and families who are domestic violence survivors receiving supportive services in a safe and confidential residential environment. Kings County Behavioral Health participated in over 63 outreach events throughout the county to promote services and reduce the stigma around mental health, illness, and treatment for mental illness. 208 individuals participated in community-based support groups, also provided through Kings County Behavioral Health, and 649 calls from Kings County to the Central Valley Suicide Prevention Hotline. Some program highlights for 22-23. MHS Kings County Act was able to secure an additional master lease during the fiscal year to increase capacity to house clients that experience significant barriers to other forms of supportive housing. The ACT program provided housing services utilizing such mechanisms as master leases, board and care, room and boards, and rental assistance for 54 of their clients. Children's full-service partnership program increased services in outlying areas in the county, providing in-person services in locations such as Avenel and Corcoran, including home visits as needed. The Barber Seville Shelter had 3 unhoused families exit the shelter by obtaining a rental on their own. So the client was able to get their own housing without subsidy, and 5 unhoused families reestablished relationships with close relatives and friends that allowed them to transition into permanent housing. The Warm Line added 2 peer support specialists, 1 full-time and 1 part-time, to assist with increased phone calls and outreach coverage. So a total of 147 individuals also completed mental health, first aid training, Safe Talk or Assist, which is suicide prevention training. We will continue to offer the same array of programs and services with the following modifications and deletions that are proposed for fiscal year 24-25 that's beginning in July. Modifications, so for adult and children's full-service partnership programs, we modified to include innovation program most, so psychiatry and telepsychiatry, which will now be sustained services for ACT and full-service partnership clients through those respective programs. So prior to this fiscal year, this was an innovation program, and now it's going to be sustained through MHSA permanently. Expanding school-based services to be able to meet increased school requests, and expanding our trainer pool to meet increased demand for mental health training from the community. Deletions for this year, I'm deleting the Cohen Clinic project due to impeding convergence of conflicting priorities and resource constraints from the provider. Most innovation project concluded and was found to be an effective psychiatry and telepsychiatry model for ACT and FSP clients, which will then be sustained through MHSA, or will be sustained through those programs. In accordance with the MHSA, Kings County Behavioral Health initiated a 30-day public comment period from April 19, 2024 through May 19, 2024, and held the required public hearing at the Behavioral Health Advisory Board meeting on May 20, 2024. During the public comment period, Kings County Behavioral Health did not receive any public comments on the plan, nor were any received at the public hearing on May 20, 2024. The Behavioral Health Advisory Board unanimously approved the MHSA 3-year plan for submission to the Board of Supervisors. I respectfully request your board's approval of this annual update, and I'm available for any questions and or comments.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments from the board? You want to repeat it?
Yeah. Mr. Chair, if there are no questions or comments, move for adoption.
Moved by Supervisor Nez, second by Supervisor Robinson. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs.
Yes.
Richard Valley. Doug Verboon.
Yes.
Rusty Robinson.
Yes.
Richard Fagundes.
Yes.
Thank
It
you.
is passed.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, move on now to elections. Lupe Villa. Morning, Lupe.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. Lupe Villa with the Elections Office. Hope you guys are having a good morning. I come before you to present and to ask that your board approve the HAVA agreement meant for the enhancement of election technology and election security improvements. In 2002, the Help America Vote Act was signed into law. The Help America Vote Act, also known as HAVA, requires localities and states to meet uniform election technology and administration requirements applicable to federal elections, such as the election coming up November 5th. The HAVA agreement before you is intended to assist elections departments with addressing identified physical and technological deficiencies related to election security. On April 6, 2023, at my request, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, also known as CISA, conducted which is part of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, conducted a free security assessment at the elections office. Based on that report, we identified vulnerabilities and deficiencies within my office that apply to the warehouse and to the fiscal elections office. It is my intent to utilize the $135,000 in reimbursable HAVA funds to address the deficiencies of some of the planned projects. And some of the planned projects are the expansion of our door access fobs, replacing our front doors, replacing our warehouse doors, the front and the back, adopting a security monitoring intrusion alarm system, and securing external video surveillance cameras for both the elections office and the warehouse. Transparency and integrity are the most important to me. And I share my intent of the HAVA election funds to avoid any department or any person questioning the transparency of the intent of the HAVA funds. So it is my intent to continue to pursue the project that would bring us some type of surveillance and security to our elections office in the warehouse. I would like to add that it is our collective responsibility to ensure that our facilities are secure, our staff are public, and that we act proactively and take necessary measures to ensure that our elections are conducted in a safe and secure manner as they should be. The HAVA agreement between the County of Kings and the California Secretary of State does have reporting responsibilities that are met by the County of Kings and will continue to be met by the County of Kings. The agreement before you has been reviewed by County Council and is privileged to form. I respectfully request that the HAVA agreement in the amount of $135,000 for election security be approved. Thank you. That concludes my report. I'm available to answer any questions.
Thank you, Lupe. Any question or comment for Lupe? Moved by Supervisor Robinson, second by Supervisor Fagundes. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs.
Yes.
Richard Valley.
Aye.
Doug Verboon.
Yes.
Rusty Robinson.
Yes.
Richard Fagundes.
Yes.
Okay, 5 in favor.
Thank you so much. I want to add to that item as well. So just to make it clear that the project of security and surveillance videos is a very early project. We're exploring the options that we have available to us, the funding for ongoing costs, if any. We don't know what's going to cost to have anything like that. So this is early, this premature is something that we're looking at. Hopefully we have the funding to secure this for, ongoing years. It is extremely important that we secure our facilities. There's nothing that we can go back to and, have any documented evidence should a breach happen within our facilities. So I strongly encourage you to support this project if it comes forward before you in the next few months. So thank you for that support.
Okay, thank you.
I have a second item. Second item is going to be related to the Congressional District 20 special general election that was conducted May 21st. I come before you to present and to ask your board to accept the statement of vote for the May 21st, 2024 Congressional District 20 special general election. Pursuant to California Election Code 15372, as the register of voters, I'm required to prepare and submit a certified copy of the statement of vote to the governing body, which is you, the Board of Supervisors. I would like to share some statistical information that reflects the turnout for the May 21st, 2024 Congressional District 20 special general election. During the Congressional District Special General Election, Kings County had 30,030 registered voters in Congressional District 20. We had a 16% turnout, which is a very low turnout, but we're respecting a very low turnout. I think statewide was 19%, and that covers Kings, Fresno, Tulare, and Kern County. Over 30,000 ballots were mailed out, 4,773 ballots were returned in process. The following is a breakdown of the ballot delivery. Out of the 4,773 ballots received, 1,693 were dropped off at the parking lot and that drop box. 1,693 were dropped off at the drop boxes. Out of those 1,693, 1,212 were at the drop box. 2,904 came by U.S. Postal Service. 176 were dropped off at the vote centers. 99 people voted in person. 10 voted early, and 89 voted on election day. I want to say special thanks to my staff for the commitment and dedication to the election function. And thanks to the voters who came out and casted their vote. Even though it was a low turnout, we did have, the results came in and we had an even race in Kings County. Both candidates received 2,412 votes. Mr. Fong won the district. So that means he advanced to cover the partial term all the way through December. Both the same candidates, Mr. Fong and Mike, will be facing each other in November 5th, 2024 general election to be assigned to the two-year term that comes with that district. I ask that you please accept the May 21st, 2024 Congressional District 20 Special General Elections Certified Statement of the Vote, and I'm available to answer any questions for you.
Thank you, Lupe. Any questions or comments?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Moved by Supervisor Neves, second by Supervisor Robinson. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Richard Valley,
Aye.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson,
Yes.
Richard Fagundes.
Yes.
Thank you, five in favor, and I voted early.
You did.
So twice. Every day for about 4 or 5 days. Yeah.
You're probably one of the 4,000s.
That was
Thanks
the
so much. Hope you guys have a good day.
You're the chair of the Republican Committee. How'd you let a tie happen? You didn't pick one guy,
I am not the chair.
not the chair?
No, I am not the chair. All right, we'll move on now to Human Service Agency. Wendy. Anita here? Christopher.
Yes. Good morning, Chairman Raboon and members of the board. My name is Christopher Narez. We are here to ask your board to adopt a resolution to proclaim June 2024 as Elder and Dependent Abuse Awareness Month. I have the humble pleasure of serving alongside many wonderful people here who are here at the chambers today in support of kind of having elder abuse awareness. We are also joined by District Attorney Ms. Sarah Hacker, who will be able to kind of talk a little bit about some things that are happening out in the community. But first, I also want to kind of introduce Jason Kemp-Vanny. He's here with me, and he'll kind of give some notes and some things about what's been happening with elder abuse awareness and just things that we want to make sure the community knows about.
Thank you.
Correction, we'll have Sarah first.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second. That's not how the rehearsal went. Good morning, everybody. Sarah Hacker on behalf of the Kings County District Attorney's Office. And I'd also want to present Jason Kempany from the Human Services Department. June is Elder Abuse Prevention Month so that we can raise awareness for elder abuse, which includes financial abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, and unfortunately, the most insidious kind, physical abuse. The Adult Protective Services received approximately 529 referrals back in 2023. The Kings County District Attorney's Office had obtained 34 convictions for elder abuse to include financial abuse as well as physical abuse last year alone. And in our last year, our community has suffered 2 murders where a senior citizen was a victim. The first one was essentially a wrong place, wrong time, ended up in the sights of somebody that had a murderous intent. And then the next one had happened last month, where it is alleged that it was an elder abuse situation. Human Services and the DA's office has taken steps to raise awareness and provide services to elder to assist them when they suffer from abuse. We provide training. We provide counseling services as well as court services, just to name a few of the services that we provide. We take this month to acknowledge that elder abuse occurs, to educate our elders and of the dangers of elder abuse, and to celebrate those who protect our elders here in our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Members of the board. Before I get started, I just wanted to thank Sarah and her team for partnering with us. Also like to recognize and thank Bobby from the Commission on Aging for all of her hard work that she does with us as well, and the events. And as Chris said, I have my part of our team here wearing shirts. They designed some shirts that they'll be wearing on Fridays. But I'd just like to provide a definition of elder abuse with you guys today. Elder abuse can include any of the following types that are committed on a person age 60 or above, or a dependent adult 18 to 59. Physical abuse, which can include the act of over or under medicating. Sexual abuse, abandonment, which is a desertion or willful forsaking by anyone having responsibility of care, isolation, financial abuse, inclusive of theft, misuse of funds or property, extortion, duress, and fraud, which, as Sarah said, we have seen an increase of that. There's neglect and self-neglect, the act of failing to provide food, clothing, shelter, or healthcare when the means are available to do so. Mental suffering, inclusive of verbal assaults and threats and abduction. Adult Protective Services respects the elders and dependent adults' autonomy, and will not interfere with their lifestyle choices or protect them from their own decisions. Therefore, an elder or dependent adult can withdraw consent or decline services at any time. However, if a worker, an APS worker, believes the individual doesn't grasp the risk of refusing help, they may suggest additional services. So my staff or the staff of APS can suggest additional services. Additionally, APS must continue with an investigation if there's suspicion of a crime. So today, we'd like to encourage members of the community, remind members of the community, if they suspect any elder abuse, to call our 24-hour hotline at 559-852-4000. Again, it's 852-4000, or they can complete an APS referral form on our website at www.countyofkingsca.gov. In order to bring awareness to the community, Kings County Commission on Aging, along with community organizations, will be holding the annual pancake breakfast, as Bobby explained, in Armona this Friday, the 14th. Look forward to seeing everybody there. We are also boosting awareness by placing purple pinwheels around the government complex. We attempted to do that last week, but they started flying everywhere. So I don't know if that attempt's going to be made again, or we're looking at maybe some banners. But yeah, for about a day, if you might have seen them out there, but they were blowing all into the road. So we're going to look at some other options here. Also, as I explained, several of my team are wearing shirts to bring awareness, and there will be posters posted throughout the community. And so with that, we ask the board to adopt a presented resolution declaring June 2024 World Elder Abuse Awareness Month here in Kings County. And if you have any questions of Sarah and I, we're open for questions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments from the board? I know they were talking about 3 of us up there. So on the pancake breakfast, if I show up and I'm over 61, someone gets my plate for me?
Over the age of 60.
Yeah. I got that number written down just in case my kids get online.
Check his ID. I got a handicap cart at home for you.
Yeah. No, this is a serious issue, and we all have parents, and my parents live out of the state, and I have one that passed away, and we have family members that you put value and trust, and sometimes they don't always do what they're supposed to do because money gets in the way, or personal vendetta gets in the way, or something happened years ago. So it's good to be cautious of anybody older than you to make sure that someone's taking good care of them. You wouldn't realize how bad it is out there in the world, because the world's messed up right now, and a lot of kids, and I say kids, anybody under the age of 40 could have an adult that could be taken advantage of. So it's good to be aware of that and know that it happens, and it happens to people that we love. So be careful.
We're all getting older, and yeah, it's out there, it's happening, unfortunately. But there are resources that can help out. And like I said, if you suspect it, we encourage the community. If you suspect it, even just the minor things, call us and do a report, or do it online. Let my team or anybody else to decide whether it's something that we're being investigated. Well, either way, we're going to contact the people. But I can't stress anymore that just the simplest things. Do a report so that somebody can look into it, and even if there isn't any kind of abuse, the team can provide lots of resources. There's all kinds of resources out there that we can help out with.
No, thank you. It takes a lot. I appreciate what you guys do. So, any questions from the board?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Moved by Supervisor Neves, second by Supervisor Fagundes. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Richard Valley,
Aye.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson.
Yes.
Richard Fagundes.
Yes.
I'm in favor. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
staff, for
all.
doing what they do. I know it's not easy. It's, anytime it deals with family, it's gotta be difficult, so. Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go on now to Public Works Department, and, I think we have Michael Mitchell. Sorry about that.
Mitchell.
Morning. Seen Dominic walk in. I figured he was in charge today, but that's all right.
You came in to supervise Mitchell.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Support.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Mitchell Cabrera, Chief Engineer with the Public Works Department. Before your board this morning with a request for the approval of a construction agreement with DOD Construction for the Community Development Block Grant, also known as CDBG, Kettleman City General Petroleum Avenue Improvements Project. This project, the scope of the project is to tie into the previous Safe Routes to School project, which did the concrete curb gutter and sidewalk along General Petroleum Avenue in Kettleman City. This will take and extend from Fifth Street down to First Street in Kettleman City. A little info on the background of the project. This project started around 2020. In March, there was a public hearing that the board held requesting input for various projects that would benefit from the CDBG funds. The Kettleman City General Petroleum Avenue was one of those projects. April 28th, the board passed a resolution allowing the application to be submitted for the Kettleman City project through the CDBG funds. From then until 2023 of October 2023, there was a gap between the funding. Other projects were awarded. In October, we finally got notified that the state had awarded the application for the Kettleman City project. From October to November 26th of that same year, the state finally allocated the funds for the construction phase of the Kettleman City project. December of 23 to February of 24th, the County Public Works Department and the consultant updated the specs as it had been since 2020. The plans and the specifications were updated to be able to go to construction. March 5th of this year, the board approved the advertisement of the project plans and specs. April 4th, County Public Works Department received bids. 5 bids were received, with DOD Construction presenting the lowest bid in the amount of $526,175 for the project. As mentioned, the project limits are from Fifth Street to First Street in Kettleman City, including the construction of concrete curb, gutter, and sidewalks along the avenue. And then ties into the previous Safe Routes to School project. The department recommendation for you today, this morning, is to approve the construction agreement so we can begin construction, expected 35 working days. If we're able to start, project should be done by middle of August. You have any questions? Happy to answer.
Just one, Mr. Chair.
Supervisor Valley.
Good morning, Mitchell. Is it the same company that did the last phase on General Petroleum?
Same consultant for design, construction is a different company.
Okay. All right. Well, good work. I know it's taken a long time. I mean, even from the last Safe Route to School project and the help that the county put in on that. But just to, man, a lot of years just to finish one street. But this is a good, if you have to pick a section there in Kettleman, this is really the right choice. As we know, that's the road everyone walks to get to the CSD office to pay their bills or utilities. And so to get a couple of blocks of curb gutter sidewalk, and then where it ends and what you got like another 3 or 4 blocks of walking back in the dirt. So I think the community appreciates this one, Mr. Chairman.
You can put your hand in the cement, and sign your name.
No, I haven't done that yet. I think that's something maybe we could all do once we get the whole community done. But yeah, it's a good vision. So appreciate all the work, Dominic, Mitchell, and everybody. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'm happy to make a motion.
Okay, moved by Supervisor Valley, second by Supervisor Fagundes. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Richard Valley,
Aye.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson.
Yes.
Richard Fagundes.
Yes.
Okay, 5 in favor. Good luck. Let us know when it's time to pour cement so we can take Valley out there and put a face imprint in the cement.
So we'll let you know.
And I want Super Boone's picture on the bridge, like walking across. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like McFarland's bridge.
You do like a cutout, it'd be a silhouette like a Sasquatch going across that bridge. Okay, we have a little short time here. We got a public hearing at 10. You guys wanted to do public comments right now and then move on? Or board member comment?
Yeah, can.
Okay, Supervisor Neves?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First five held their June meeting in the Human Services Agency main training room. Thank you very much for sharing that facility. At that meeting, we approved the schedule for 2024-25, reviewed and adopted the strategic plan that covers 2020 to 2025, and also certified the compliance to the state for first five activities. We also talked and got an update on the regional Central Valley Help Me Grow program that is taking some time to come together. It started right before COVID, kind of got hung up, but it will combine all of the Valley counties with Valley Children's Hospital and to make a comprehensive service for all children, but our focus is going to be from 0 to 5. On Wednesday, June 5th, the Public Policy Committee meeting at Calviva held our quarterly meeting in Fresno to review the enrollment dashboard, the health education, along with appeals, grievances, and complaints, and about the health plan. And the committee also received a health equity work plan and then reviewed the committee charter. And then received updates on all of the audits and member handbooks and everything else. Also on June 5th, the Valley Strong Credit Union ribbon cutting took place. It's their 31st branch of that credit union, and it started in Kern County and has full service locations in King, San Joaquin, Solano, and Tulare counties, and is a community-based credit union that a person just needs to live, work, or worship, or attend school. As a business that needs a legal entity in the Valley to open up an account as well. And Nate's son was there taking pictures. It was a hot day, but he did a great job. Certainly want to thank everyone that showed up to that event. Lemoore High graduation and sober grad took place on June 6th with the class of 2024 becoming the 123rd group of alumni. There was, for the first time, a fifth generation graduate to receive a diploma from Lemoore High, so that was kind of neat. There was only 240 or so students that, or alumni that attended sober grad. So it made kind of a short night cooking hamburgers and hot dogs, but I was kind of glad to get out of there by about 12:30. Worked out well. On Friday, the Battle of the Downtown Kings County Departments took place, the award ceremony at the job training office. There were 41 individuals participating in the competition, I guess, even though everybody's a winner, but the competition between child support and the job training in the May Challenge overall work and walking. Overall, there were over 11,781,000 steps taken, or an average of 287,534 steps per person, which is a very impressive 9,279 steps per person per day. So the Kings County Child Support Department, they became the challenge champion for 2024. Participants through the child support logged over 301,000 steps in a month and an average of 9,741. Congratulations to child support, Marie. Thank you very much. And everyone that participated in the May Challenge program. I think that's a great program. And if we can extend that over to a couple of more. Diane likes to walk, and if we could just log her miles, and we could probably take that.
She could put all of our watches on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's got arms. She could probably handle all of them right there. We could probably work on that. And then, as the sheriff outlined, the King's Fair starts on Thursday. The livestock showing begins Thursday morning if you're interested in the sheep, goats, with everything else starting. So some of the youth activities begin on Thursday morning. The fair doesn't open until 4 or 5 in the afternoon, but there are activities going on at the fair throughout the day if you want to go out and support the young people. And then the sale is on Saturday. The replacement heifer sale is on Friday. The remainder of the livestock sale will be on Saturday. So with that, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Don't give your friends your bidding number.
No, it'll be fine.
'Cause
I'll take care of you.
yeah, they took care of me too. Hey, 3 more years, I have those animals paid off.
Yeah.
I'm good. Supervisor Valley, you've been gone for a few days. Tell us.
Yes, sir. Took a 10-day vacation and got a nice tan in Newport Beach, and feels good to be back. I did turn my phone off. My son showed me how to use the focus option on there and turned that off, so it felt good to decompress. And I haven't taken that long a vacation in my life, except maybe a 10-day leave in the Marine Corps way back then, but it was good. So I spent yesterday getting back on my voicemails, and I'm telling you, this year, no one has really called me for, any kind of constituent work, but I get back and that thing was loaded, and they all sounded the same. They said, Richard, can you give me a call? Then it's like, Richard, it's Wednesday. I called you on Monday. I haven't heard back. And Richard, it's Friday. And so I spent yesterday calling people and found myself apologizing for being on vacation. That stressed me out, so I'm gonna go on another vacation. But yeah, it feels good to be back, Sarah. So with that, I do want to thank, I know Catherine's not here, but she did help me out on one issue I needed that was urgent when I was gone, and she put together a very nice memorial resolution for the mother of Lieutenant Governor Cruz Bustamante. His mother, Dominga Bustamante, had a nice life that impacted a lot of people from, she lived in Dinuba, but impacted the San Joaquin Valley with the work she did helping people. And so Catherine put that together. I had it picked up and I presented it yesterday at the funeral in Dinuba. So I do want to tell her thank you about that. And then just a reminder, on Saturday, June 22nd, for anyone that wants to come out, 10 a.m., the 5 Pillars of Freedom. We're going to have 300 veterans ride in on bikes as they make their way from Bakersfield, stop at a memorial there, and come see our beautiful memorial that Kings County has there. And then I think they're on to a memorial either in Clovis or Sanger, but it's going to be a quick stop. They say 22-minute stop to symbolize
You
it.
can't get down.
22 a day.
22 minutes.
I know. I think it's going to be about 30.
The whole dude's gotta go to the bathroom.
I know. They're coming in, but they're pitching the 22 a day campaign on a suicide awareness for veterans. So when they initially called, they said a 22-minute stop. But I think that memorial is going to catch them for a little longer. And Paul West, again, one of the artists that did it, him and Tyler French. Paul's flying in from Memphis. I'll be picking him up in Bakersfield next Friday, and he's going to give those veterans
That's a Saturday.
personal. Yes, sir. I hope whoever's free would like to come out and come be supportive. Everyone's welcome. And Paul West is going to give them a personal inside look at all the built-in symbolisms on the piece of art that he created for us. So with that, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Wes Robinson.
This week, just fielded questions from constituents about water and related issues about water, and also attended the JTO and Shuttle Support walkathon over there. And congratulations to Maria and her staff for a job well done.
That's it. Okay, we'll take a brief recess and we'll come back here at 10 o'clock for the.
Mr. Chairman, would you like to read
Oh.
board correspondence?
Forget about you all the time.
I was going to get a bathroom
You
break.
should turn your light on or something. You're still here?
Yes, so the board received correspondence for May, so you see, you threw me off. May 24th, the Kings County Investment Pool Transaction Activity Report dated June 4th. The board also received from the Office of Emergency Services, their operational area report for a week of June 3rd from the Fire Department on June 7th. And lastly, the board received a notice dated June 3rd for the annual meeting of the State Board of Equalization and the County Assessors, which will take place September 25th, 2024. For upcoming events, Kings Commission on Aging will host their World Elder Abuse Awareness Event Friday, June 14th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Armona. Kings County Behavioral Health will host its Veteran Support Group tonight from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Veterans Memorial Hall in Hanford. Kings County Library will host its movie time at the Kettleman City Branch Library tomorrow, Wednesday, June 12th from 3 to 4:30. And the Kings Fair starts this Thursday, June 13th and runs through Sunday, June 16th at the Kings County Fair. Kings County Library will kick off its summer reading program this year with the Magic of Josiah Free Show at the Corcoran Branch Library next Monday, June 17th at 1 p.m. And save the date for the Kings County Public Health will host its Kings County Employee Blood Drive on Thursday, July 11th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. here on campus. For upcoming agenda items, the following agenda items are for June 18th, which will also be in the first day of us being in our new remodeled board chambers. So administration has 4 items: agreement with KCAO on the ARPA funds, appointment to the Child Abuse Prevention Coordinating Council, 6th Amendment to our Well Path Agreement for medical, behavioral health, and dental care services at the County Jail and Juvenile Center. And also it is our presentation for the fiscal year 24-25 recommended county budget. Ag has 3 items: agreement with the state for some petroleum enforcement activities, agreement with the state for some weighmaster enforcement activities, and the purchase of bait mixing equipment. Behavioral health has 4 items: some agreements with the collaborative California Health, Cal MHSA Peer Support Specialist Participation Agreement, and a Crestwood Behavioral Health Facility Agreement. Health has 4 items: an amendment to the King's Partnership for Prevention Agreement, an agreement with Common Health for Equity, Diversity, Inclusion Training, WIC 50 Anniversary Resolution, and an amendment with the Tribe on Health and Equity Services. Human Resources has an advanced step higher. Human Services Agency has an agreement for some transitional housing program plus services. Public Health has a few purchases, and Sheriff Office has 2 items in regard to some service handgun purchases. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Now we'll take a brief 5-minute recess, come back here at 10 o'clock for a public hearing. Thank you. Okay, we're back in business right now. It is 10 o'clock, 10:05. And we'll go ahead and hold a public hearing for the Community Development Agency. And we have Victor. Morning, Victor. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning. Good morning, Chairman and members of the board. Victor Hernandez, Senior Planner with the Kings County Community Development Agency. On November 21st, 2023, the Kings County Community Development Agency received a request from Water Tower Services LLC for a determination of public convenience or necessity for 2 alcohol beverage control licenses for the off-site sales of beer and wine at 2 locations. The first is located at 24824 Jackson Ranch Road in Kettleman City and will be a Shell convenience store. The second location is located at 24904 Jackson Ranch Road in Kettleman City and will be a Chevron convenience store. Both locations are part of the first phase of the Jackson Ranch development. Prior to issuing the licenses, the Department of Alcohol Beverage Control requires that the local jurisdiction first hold a public hearing and consider making a determination of public convenience or necessity. In addition, Article 11, Section 1105 of the Kings County Development Code requires that upon submittal of a request of a determination of public convenience or necessity to the zoning administrator, that the zoning administrator shall coordinate a review of the request by appropriate county agencies. Upon completion of a review by the appropriate county agencies, the request is then forwarded to the Board of Supervisors for a public hearing and a final determination of public convenience or necessity. On April 11th, 2024, the Community Development Agency sent a consultation notice and request for comments to the Kings County Assessor's Office, Environmental Health Department, Behavioral Health Department, and the Sheriff's Office. To date, no comments or concerns have been received. Based on this information, staff recommends your board hold a public hearing, consider making a determination of public convenience or necessity, and authorize the Kings County Community Development Agency Director to sign the associated alcohol beverage control form. This concludes my presentation unless there are any questions.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Jackson Ranch Road, does that exist on the map yet, or is it just,
I believe it does because it already has addresses, so.
okay, we're not getting it come up at all?
Yeah.
But it's on 25th and Utica, correct?
It's actually in the Jackson Ranch development, so yeah.
That's the nearest intersection that
Yeah.
exists today.
Yeah.
Would this impact, if they decide to do a nice restaurant there in that development, would it impact the ability to get another license in that area?
So I'm not sure how ABC handles those situations. I know that Jackson Ranch developer, has plans for restaurants and gas stations. So I would think that they kind of considered that as they were planning ahead.
If I could, Mr. Chair, Chuck Kinney, Community Development Agency. Within Kings County, because of the number of existing ABC licenses, any new ABC license is required to go through this process. So any future developments such as the restaurants in Jackson Ranch would also go through a similar process. And they just have to make the request through ABC to begin, and then it comes to our department where we bring it before you to be able to get your permission for a letter of convenience.
And these are off sale, so that would be an on sale if should the restaurant come in.
Okay.
So it's a different license.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay. Any more questions? At this time, we're going to open up the public hearing. And do we have any comments online?
So I believe the developer or the applicant is online.
Yeah, this is Bo Tiara. I'm here if you have any questions regarding our 2 sites.
Questions? Sheriff Robinson, you were standing up. You had a question?
Just want
Comment?
to public comment.
Yep, we're at public comment now for public hearing.
Morning, Mr. Chairman, Dave Robinson, Kings County Sheriff, members of the board. We work closely with ABC, and so we typically don't comment on a lot of these because we know how closely we work with ABC, and we do stings and we checks on businesses, and there's benefits to this project, obviously, for the tax revenues, sales tax revenues that come into the county. And so if we had any concerns, we would have commented, but we don't have any concerns about this project. And And so I just wanted to put that on the record for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else in the audience or online? There are no comments during the public comment section. We'll go ahead and close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for direction. Comments or direction?
Move is presented, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Supervisor Nev, second by Supervisor Fagundes. Madam Clerk, please call the roll. Or any more questions? Good.
Joe Nevs,
Yes.
Richard Valley.
Aye.
Doug Verboon,
Yes.
Rusty Robinson.
Yes.
Richard Fagundes.
Yes.
Okay, 5 in favor. Has been approved. Thank you. Thanks for being online. Okay. At this time, we'll go ahead and close. We're done. And we'll go ahead and do we'll make a closed session as outlined, and we'll be back here possibly in the new chambers next Tuesday. Thank you.